I'm Jeremy from Pink Orange.
I'm Kevin.
The motorcycle guru.
Motorcycle guru, yes.
And today we are exploring what we think are the essential things you should have for motorcycling.
Number one.
Yes.
A good pair of motorcycle riding boots.
And why do we care about motorcycle riding boots?
Well, you want to protect your feet because you're shifting. And in the event of anything going bad or a rock coming up, your feet are protected.
I'm going to take that a step further. There's a big comfort thing too. So the soles of a motorcycle boot are quite a bit stiffer. So if you're riding with a peg or anything like that, you don't get that pressure point in your foot and it's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you have a nice riding boot, a good riding boot that you should be wearing, if you happen to fall off the bike, it is good to keep your foot attached to your ankle, which is a good thing. Feet to ankles are good.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what would be the second thing that is essential for riding a motorcycle?
Good motorcycle jacket.
A good motorcycle jacket, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
you need that.
And why do we care about a motorcycle jacket?
In the event that you go down, you want to protect certain parts of your body from getting road rash.
And is this from a man who's been down before?
Absolutely.
And then there's a little bit of impact protection in there. So just kind of making it a little bit safer. When you're riding a bike, pretty much your gear is the only protection you have for the most part, unless you're riding a Goldwing with an airbag. So what do we mean is, the guy who's going adventure riding and going to be off-road versus the guy who's going to be on a track day on the weekend, those are two very different jackets,
Yes.
The guy who's going to be riding on pavement hard, a leather jacket's probably the best you can get. There's some nice mesh options as well for street riding, but the more aggressive road going you're going, you want leather.
Yeah.
And then if you're going off-road, you want a jacket that actually gives you quite a bit more comfort and movement. You tend to be more exposed to the elements as well on adventure riding or dual sport or motocross riding. So you want something that's going to protect you against the rain. And but you're seeing very different terrain. So leather off-road, not so much. But leather on-road, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wear that cow skin.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more deer skin though, to be fair.
You need a good set of gloves.
Yeah, that ties into the jackets, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And if you like your fingers not looking like hamburger meat, and just comfort-wise too.
That's right.
I got a June belt driving a Bandit 1200 between my knuckles without wearing gloves. And yeah, that ripped all the skin, and you could just see, like as you're riding, you see that drip of blood starting to come up. So yeah, just wear your gloves. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It's easier on your grips too. You're gonna wreck your grips if you have all the oils from your hands on the grips. It's all about skid protection. So it's all about sliding. So most of the riding as well is not done in super cold weather. So there's not a ton of insulation in there. So just a little bit of padding and a little bit of, and all skid protection is what you're looking for on a motorcycle glove.
Reinforcement palms.
Yeah.
For all the guys doing the adventure riding, heated grips. The grips.
Heated grips.
Yeah.
I agree. I got heated grips. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Heated grips, heated seat.
Yeah.
Keeps you nice and cozy.
Yeah.
If we're talking about adventure riding, or even any riding, I'm a big fan of having a luggage space.
That's right.
So just being able to, if we go anywhere, I got a spot to put my helmet, or you bring water with you, and you can have a few things. If you're riding a bike and you have zero luggage space, which you've done for most of your life, really.
Absolutely.
Like wearing a backpack while driving a bike is not the most comfortable.
The next best thing for all the older gentlemen on the big Harleys is a radio. They want to have the tunes. They want to be able to be heard.
Which I got quite a bit more flexible too, because like I have just with my comm system. So I have the Sena right in my helmet.
Yeah.
And then I just connect it to Bluetooth, and I can take a call. I can listen to music. But I agree, music on the road is kind of nice.
Music on the road is kind of nice. For all the traveling guys, even the adventure fellas, they're doing the GPS. The mounts. GPS mounts.
I've got that too.
Yeah.
My GPS actually works through my phone on that bike,
right,
so it'll pop up on the screen. But so if you have the comm system, you kind of need it for the GPS. So.
Yeah.
The most absolutely essential thing for any motorcycle rider is a helmet. So I know there's some states where you don't need a helmet, which if I'm down there, I'm going to try it. But I don't know how I'll feel about it. I've never tried it, so I don't know how I'll feel about it.
I've tried it. I went to Laconia one year.
Oh, yeah.
And I tried it, and it's the strangest feeling that you can ever go through. You're going to hear all kinds of noises your motorcycle's making that you've never heard before. because you have no helmet on.
We're saying motorcycle helmet like it's one category, but not all helmets are built equally. And there's a huge difference in the motorcycle helmets. And that's why you see such a big price difference as well. You know, there's $100 helmets and you've got $2,000, $3,000 helmets. And then usually the best one for you lies somewhere in the middle of that. But it all has to do with the technology in the helmet to take an impact and resist creating brain damage, which that's why we're wearing a helmet. And you don't want half your head shaved on the pavement as well.
Pavement, that's right.
The helmet materials, I think that's a topic that's come a lot more important in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm a big fan of wearing carbon fiber helmets. It's just nice and lightweight, you know, and you're wearing that on your head, so it's not as hard on your neck and everything if you're going for a long ride. Have you had a carbon fiber helmet, or?
No, but I know what you're talking about. But the construction of the carbon fiber helmet, I don't believe is as strong as
the fiberglass helmet?
As the fiberglass molded helmets.
Well, if we're looking at the top guys, we have like Arai, Shoei. So I'm sure there's a few others, but if I'm thinking of the like top 2 motorcycle helmet brands, and they make carbon fiber ones as well.
Yeah.
Their technology as well has a lot less to do with the outer shell and a lot more to do with the inner foam.
Yeah.
And also that they try to make that inner foam as much one piece as possible. Because as soon as you have, let's say you have a small piece of foam and I get an impact on that, as soon as it reaches the edges of that foam, it goes down. Whereas if I have a bigger construction of foam, that can spread on the foam quite a bit more.
Right.
And also there's the density of the foam and everything is very important. So if I'm going on a lower end helmet, I usually have a very thick, hard foam and a very soft outer shell. So depending what you hit will make much more of an impact on your brain. Versus with like an Arai or a Shoei, the helmet itself is going to be able to deal with more terrains and help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at the time you're using a helmet, you know, you want to, that's a big consideration. And then like bowl helmets for the cruiser guys and stuff, you know, those are obvious what they do and what they don't do. I love wearing like a half helmet, which doesn't have anything in your face. You know, but obviously if my face is going on the pavement, that's not going to be pretty.
I like a full face helmet because I don't like bugs hitting my cheeks.
That's just free protein. So what's another accessory that we should probably ride with?
The Adventure Boys, they gotta have a rain suit.
Yes. Yeah, nothing worse than being caught out in the rain and you gotta get somewhere. Well, even the cruiser guys. Anybody who's gonna do any distance on a motorcycle or do any overnights, you know, investing in a nice lightweight, easy to put on and off rain suit that you can just throw over your gear. It'll just keep you quite a bit more comfortable. If you've ever had a pair of wet jeans on you, you'll know that stuff does not dry off that quick, and when it dries off, it's pretty cold. So definitely rain gear. Yeah.
Rain gear for sure.
Invest in rain gear.
I had a nice Vermont trip that was just wet from the States right to Montreal, all the way through.
So that's why Kevin wants you to get a rain suit, because he remembers back in the 80s when he forgot his.
That's right.
And what were you riding? What kind of bike?
Oh, my all-time favorite, CB900F. I love that.
CB900F. So that's an 80s bike.
That's an 80s bike, 1982. Frame flex and all.
Predates me.
Well, there you go.
So that is the accessories that you should consider. Some of them are illegal, so you don't have a choice to consider them. I am Jeremy from Pink Orange. This is Kevin, the Motorcycle Guru. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know, obviously, what we missed, and we'll leave you a snarky comment.